MCC Dad Cyclist Diaries, we are back for episode 4 of the Hill Climber season prep. So yeah, update today then with how training's been going, how the prep's been going, but more specifically I wanted to run through how I've been achieving my daily protein intake, this is something that I've really dialed in on over the years, but I often get a lot of questions on how I achieve minimum protein targets, how I incorporate that into my day-to-day nutrition to ensure that I'm really, protein, it plays such an important role in recovery, ensuring that muscle tissue is being supported when going through a structured training program. But yeah, recovery is really being maximized as well through the nutrition. Obviously, I've spoken a bit about the carbohydrate intake in some of the previous videos. So today, really just wanted to dial in on the protein side of things. Just a quick update though with how training has been going. I'm now, as of today, 10 days out from the first event on the 27th of May. It's been as you may have seen in the Giro over the past few weeks, really wet here, certainly in this area, Austrian, Italian, Alpine regions. So in terms of trying to get anything out on the road or filming anything out on the road with my training sessions, it's been quite hard. It's still been, a lot of it is done within my training room here. But yeah, still been really following the structure that I discussed in episode 3 with the quality threshold work, VO2 max work, really trying to push up the endurance rides. I have had some real good endurance rides been over the past few weeks, getting between 4 and 6 hours in at least once a week, which has been good. Some focus zone 2 work there and really just trying to get out on some of the climbs here as well. Along with those quality interval sessions, the threshold and VO2 work to really just keep developing those systems that I discussed in the previous video ready for the efforts that I'm going to be doing in the coming weeks on. So yeah, today I really wanted to just talk through the protein side of things, how I achieve my daily protein intake to ensure that I'm supporting the demands of my training and really maximizing recovery. So on any given day, whether it be a training day or a rest day, I always try to achieve a minimum of 1.5 grams of protein per kilo of body weight. So for me, this is ensuring that I'm having 112 grams of protein as my daily total. I'm at 75 kg at the minute. So in terms of my weight loss, I'm well on track with this, or my weight management, what I'm looking to get to for the event. I want to be at 74. At the minute, I'm pretty much bang on 75. There's fluctuations of by about 0.5 each day. Like this morning, I woke up, I was 75.5. Some mornings I'll be under 75, but really, I've got 10 days left now. And I feel that I can confidently and safely, get consistently under that 75, as that's where I want to be just in terms of, watts per kilo. And for the climbs that I'm going to be doing, they are really quite steep, and ensuring that weight is dialed in. I find it, it's really important. It can be seconds, tens of seconds, 20 seconds, and that difference can be made there. So really dialing in on that makes a huge difference to performance and results on the day. Now, most days I will actually be well over this 1.5 grams of protein per kilo of body weight as a minimum. On specifically or certainly on a training day, I'm actually closer to the 2 grams of protein per kg of body weight. And I have found that over the years, as I mentioned at the start, that really ensuring that I'm hitting these targets makes such a difference in recovery. Whereas previously, when I wasn't paying attention to just achieving that minimum target, or really trying to include a lot of protein in my diet when going through a real structured build and prep like this, I would notice that it would take me long to recover. I would be feeling a lot sorer after harder training sessions. So over the years, 1, dialing in on the amounts, but 2, really just ensuring that I'm including the good quality protein within my nutrition and diet, I have found has made such a difference in recovery time, reducing soreness, and really just being able to maximize the training adaptations through what I've actually been then doing with my training. How do I achieve these amounts? And I think it's really important to just start with looking at general day-to-day meals. This is your base, the foundation that I really try to ensure that I'm actually then getting the protein in, and I will really just ensuring that I'm including high protein sources within my day-to-day nutrition. So that be breakfast, lunch, dinner, high protein snacks throughout the day. So at breakfast time, this could include a lot of things like Greek yogurts, protein yogurts, dairy, really including, they're very high in protein, and including those in my breakfast. Moving into lunch and dinner, I would always just alternate these really. I am a bit of a creature of habit, and there's no real, I'm not making, every day spending hours a day prepping my lunches and evening meals. So really through lunch and dinner, I will just alternate fish with meat, with maybe some more dairy. So I love, tuna, cod, including things like feta and really high in protein to get the make sure I'm pushing up that intake there in my day-to-day nutrition, and just alternating these. And depending on if it's a training day where I do have a big ride, or the next day I have a big ride, I will then add some more carbohydrates to that. If it's a bit of a leaner day, then I will try and have a salad. So it might be like a chicken Caesar salad. It might be, a tuna salad. And then just adding, lots of, fruits and vegetables to those protein sources, and just trying to include as much of those as I can within my meals. And that itself then really forms a real nice foundation and platform with general day-to-day nutrition, well-balanced nutrition, but just ensuring that I'm including some of those really high protein sources, beans and things as well into the meals, and just alternating those through. So, lunch might be a fish, evening might be meats, or throughout the week, just, changing things up. But as I say, pretty much a bit of a creature of habit as well in terms of what I will have throughout the week. Another thing that I love to use just to get some variation in there are eggs. Obviously very high sources of protein. You can do lots of different things with them. I'm often making, scrambled eggs, omelets. You can use these at breakfast, lunch, and even dinner sometimes. You can add extra sources of protein in there, obviously with ham or meats to the scrambled eggs or omelets. I'll then often maybe have a salad with this, or fire some onions in there, some peppers. Just to mix things up, using those eggs, really high sources of protein to break up the meals and get the other great thing is the prep time on eggs is actually really quite short as well. So good high protein meal in a short space of time, which can obviously be very practical. On top of this, then I will then supplement protein, certainly at specific times through the day or through the week, whether it is a training day or a rest day. So the first supplement I always use finishing any ride, or certainly a ride that's maybe under 90 minutes in length. This could be, a threshold or a VO2 max session. So it's a bit of a shorter session, but has included some real intense work in there. And within 30 to 60 minutes of getting off the bike, I will then supplement with a whey protein I use from Fuel My Sport. 29 grams of protein with branched chain amino acids, and hitting that window within 30 to 60 minutes of getting off the bike, and ensuring that you're having 25 to 30 grams of protein is really crucial to maximize recovery, ensure that recovery process is initiated. And this is something, as I was referring to earlier, I previously didn't used to do. I would just get off the bike and maybe, just go and have a meal, maybe an hour, 2 hours later. And over the years, I've now incorporated this within 30 to 60 minutes of getting off the bike, having the whey protein, 25 to 30 grams of protein with some branched chain of amino acids. And I found that really has helped then just, as I mentioned earlier, improve recovery, reduce muscle soreness, and maximize everything that I've got out of that session. For longer rides then, post-ride, the only change that I will make is I will use a different source of protein, and this is rapid recovery. I haven't got one here, but the difference here is it's the same amount of protein, but with the rapid recovery, it just includes a bit more carbohydrates. So for longer rides that are, 3 to 6 hours, longer endurance ride, after doing that, glycogen stores will be a little bit more depleted. So along with that 25 to 30 grams of protein, the rapid recovery that I use, it also includes a bit more carbohydrate, and that's really good to then drink that within. I will normally always have it with milk. You get a bit more protein in through the milk, obviously, and I just find it tastes a bit better as well. I prefer the texture with milk. The rapid recovery just includes some more carbohydrates after those longer rides, so you're getting both the protein but also the carbs in as well. Two other real supplements or sources that I use regularly throughout the day, both on rest days and training days, are protein bars. Loads of protein bars out there these days that you can get. I just could buy some from Hoffer over here, in multiple packs. And I will use those throughout the day. Most protein bars have anything between 15 to 25, in some cases 30 grams of protein. And throughout the day, if I need a high protein snack, can be really quite lean in calories as well, but then you're getting a nice protein hit there. And another thing that I've been really using and loving at the moment, and a lot of the normal general sort of supermarkets have now created their own protein yogurts, or protein puddings they call them as well. And I will always have, maybe after lunch, I will have a bit of a protein yogurt, real small one. It's about 150 grams of 150 calories, but they include around 20 grams of protein, which is again a real nice hit of protein there. And then later on in the evening, whereas before, when I've not been so focused, or a time of year and dialed in on the nutrition and weight side of things, where I would maybe have, a bar of chocolate or an ice cream or something like that. In the evening now, I'll have a protein pudding. certainly throughout the week when I'm just really staying dialed in on my calories and energy expenditure there. And again, the protein put-ins are around 150 calories, but also include, again, 20 grams of protein, which again is a real nice hit, certainly in the evening. On rest days, something that I will also do is use the whey protein as a bit of a snack, if you like. Make a smoothie or a milkshake or something. Can be really quite nice on a rest day, again, where if you're not performing any exercise, it can sometimes be quite hard to stay within any calorie amounts, but then just also really optimizing those calories, I find, and being able to achieve minimum protein intake on a rest day. Using a whey protein mix, making a smoothie, making a milkshake can be a really nice snack. The protein, there's a lot of research out there that's showing it actually makes you feel fuller for longer as well, because you're having those good quality calories. And I will use that on a rest day as well, maybe either mid-morning or mid-afternoon, as a bit of a top up there to get some more protein in on a rest day or recovery day. So yeah, just a bit of an update today on training, but also really wanted to dial in on the protein side of things. I've been getting a lot of questions on this, how I achieve my daily protein intake, how I incorporate this into my day-to-day nutrition. And as I say, I think that really the most important thing is to use your main meals first. Just ensure that you're adding a lot of natural sources of protein into your diet. Build that foundation out with your breakfast, lunch and dinner to ensure you've got lots of high protein sources there. And then you can use the supplements on top of this around your training and rest days to ensure that you're getting the protein at the right times, but also with some really new sources that have been coming out over the years. As I say, with the protein bars, there's so many different ones out there these days, so many different flavors, but also now with the protein yogurts that a lot of supermarkets are making, the protein puddings, adding those then in on top of that foundation is what really allows me to, most days I'm well up over 150 grams of protein, and that's really important, as I mentioned, to just maximize recovery, but also the progress and adaptations that I'm getting from my training. So yeah, thanks for watching. I hope you found some of that useful. Certainly if you are somebody that struggles with your recovery and maybe hasn't paid as much attention to your protein intake in the past, this is something that I would really recommend that you maybe just try to dial in on a little bit more with some of the things that I've mentioned. We now have, as I mentioned, 10 days to the first event, so really going to keep pushing on. It's been a hectic couple of months. But yeah, really looking forward to now getting stuck in, pushing on with training and getting these events in the bag. And then, the rest of the summer. Thanks for watching, guys. As always, if you've enjoyed the video, please drop a like on it. And if you would like to continue to listen to some of these videos, but also the other content that we have on the channel, then please subscribe. Always appreciated. Have a great rest of your day and speak to you soon.